A day of surprises on the last day of the 29er Eurocup at Kieler Woche 2022. 3 different day winners and a favourite duo who briefly faltered. And a brother and sister from Sweden who, despite winning the day, still didn't quite make it onto the final podium. Challenging conditions for the sailors in the 29er, the junior class, on their last day at Kiel Week. Light shifty winds and a patchwork of breeze spread across the course made for a tricky final day in the 29er competition. With a big lead, the 2 New Zealanders, George Lee Rush and Sebastian Menzies, started today ahead of the Rostock duo Karl Krause and Max Georgi. After a brilliantly sailed regatta, surely nothing could go wrong for the Kiwis.
Sailing more to the sort of wind than the fleet just in these conditions. And yeah, just keep doing what we're doing and hopefully that can do it.
And yet the 2 Kiwis suffered a rare failure of tactics in the first 2 races today. In the opening race they finished in a respectable 9th place, but in the next race they gave away a lot more ground and found themselves back in 16th. This left the door wide open for the German 29er duo Krause-Georgi to seize a Kiel Week victory. The Spanish duo Martina Lodos Falcon and Martina Diaz Salguero from Gran Canaria won the first race of the day. Excitement in the next race and a duel between the Swedish sibling pair of Hedwig and Hugo Liljegren against the Hungarians Luca Kiszolszkiemi and Hanga Ugron. The decisive moment in the race came with the choice of the left gate before the final cross, which allowed the Swedes to sail free and keep the Hungarians back at a distance behind them. Hedwig and Hugo Liljegren secured their lead and took their second win of the day, enabling them to move up to 3rd place in the overall standings. This set the stage for an exciting 3rd race. However, all the podium favourites suffered from a mediocre start. But the New Zealanders were the first to find their mojo and get back in the groove. With a 3rd place, the Kiwis defended their lead in the overall ranking and took their first ever Kieler Woche victory. We are sure to hear a lot more from this dynamic duo in the future. 2nd place went to Krause and Georgi from Rostock, just in front of the Italians De Murtas and Santi, who came in 3rd overall. A big mishap on the final downwind leg for our Swedish sister-brother combo, the Liljegrens. Hemmed in by a throng of boats, they were prevented from crossing the finish line in good shape and ended up only 20th in the final race. This dropped the Swedes to 5th overall. So in the end, the limelight rightly belonged to the New Zealanders, Lee Rush and Menzies, who had taken 7 out of 12 race wins and will surely one day follow in the Olympic footsteps of those world-beating 49er sailors from New Zealand.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. We had a little bit of a ropey day today, but yeah, it's relieving to manage to do it.
It's real good for us. I think it's the start of our European tour, and yeah, it's good to get some racing under our belt after being away for so long, and yeah, it's good.
Today marks the conclusion of the first part of Kieler Woche, which will be celebrated this evening with a big sailor fireworks party and Kielschilksee. Tomorrow, part 2 of Kieler Woche will start with top-class competition in the Olympic fleets. The programme starts on Wednesday with the foiling mixed class of the NACRA 17.